One more video. Hopefully it's the last one of the day. Some days I'm just driven, I'm compelled, I'm owned, I'm controlled by something vastly over and above this thing called a human being. There's something vastly bigger that is driving me to do this. And so, as per the title, I'm speaking about the Messiah complex. Now, when we look at what the Messiah complex is, it's when people think that they're saving the world and only they could do it, and they have to work endlessly for other people, to save other people, and they neglect themselves and this, that and the other. So that's the whole Christ thing, isn't it? You know, being hungry, being thirsty, being persecuted, carrying his cross, carrying the burden for the people, and not complaining about it, and not calling the people fucking muppets when they fucking want to stone him and do all this. Oh Lord, I'm carrying my cross. Even Jesus had the fucking Christ Messiah complex, didn't he? You know, he had to have had the Messiah complex. And so how can we say that someone, he's got the Messiah complex, when Jesus was a Messiah complex? Look at it realistically, people. If he did think that he was the Son of God, the embodiment of God here on earth, this and the other, then of course he had the Messiah complex as we know it today. But if we just assume from reading the Gnostic writings and the Book of Thomas and things like that, that he didn't consider himself the Son of God, he only proclaimed that he was a Son of God, just the same as everybody else is. And, he even said it, even in the New Testament, it says, all that I can do, you can do more. So what? We can walk on water, we can raise the dead, we can raise up back to heaven and all that. Why would Jesus say those sort of things if it wasn't true? You see, if Jesus really did raise the dead and walk on water, then what sort of absurdity would it be for him to say, all that I can do, you can do more? It just seems ridiculous. People will go, what the fuck are you talking about? I can walk on fucking water. How am I going to do that? How am I going to do it? Oh, if you believe in what? That I can walk on water? Well, I mean, I'll try, but every time I try, I fucking sink. Struggling with that one, Jesus. No, Jesus never walked on water. He never rose the fucking dead. And he never rose himself, and he never fucking was born of a virgin. None of this stuff. He was just a man who knew about the wisdom of the Essenes and the ancient Egyptians and the Buddhists, the Hindus, and lots of other learned people. He knew about that sort of stuff. But also he was gifted, much the same as I am, with an intuition and a deep-rooted knowing, because you can read and read and read and read and read, and you can become very knowledgeable. And we can listen to people that have become very knowledgeable. But you don't feel it when you hear them speak. It's just a computer. It's just regurgitating knowledge, facts and dates and this, that and the other. You know they haven't experienced it. You know they are not it. With me, you know I am it. There's no doubt about that unless you're a fool. You know that I am it, or you know that I am absolutely convinced that I am. And so therefore you could say, well, in your limited knowledge and wisdom, that I have the Messiah complex. Well, when we look at what the Messiah complex is, well, what did it say in the dictionary, for instance? What did it say in Google? Someone that is incessantly trying to help someone. Someone that neglects themselves for the benefit of other people. Now, I neglect myself to a portion, but I don't fucking do it obsessively. I'm not grinding myself into an emaciated fucking carcass walking around, considering that I've got the cross of Christ and it's for God, it's God's will. I don't believe in that fucking thing, of the old notion of Jesus bearing his cross and everything. It's just all metaphor, and God's a metaphor. So what I'm saying is, look, there's something called the Christos. We know that, don't we? Some of you know that. And it's within us, and it raises up, and all these different sorts of things. And everything in the Bible, you can relate it to the human psyche, the human consciousness, the human body, the human experience, because it's all psychology, it's all metaphor, and it's all illustration and parables and all that. Lots of you know that. So what am I doing here? What I'm saying to you, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm compelled. It's a compulsion of mine. It's not an obsession because I don't want to do it. It's not something that I'm desirous to do because I want you to flock at my fucking sandals and I want you to worship me and I want you to think I'm fucking great and this, that, and the other. To be quite frank, there's many other things that I would rather be doing. And if I was given the choice, I'd say, well, I'd rather be a very proficient singer, a musician, and I'd probably like the appreciation on stage. Because I'm expressing my music and the music's coming from the heart, and that feels quite good. I don't get anything that makes me feel good from you guys. That's why I'm more saying to you, well, fucking hell, at least, consider me a human being instead of just staring at the fucking computer without any recognition that there's a human being here. There's a life force. There's God consciousness. There's a fucking cosmos here talking to you. But you can't realise that, can you? Because you're all fucking fools. It's really bizarre. Those of us that can spot genius, well, we spot genius. Those of us that can't spot genius, we're fooled into thinking that we've seen genius. And we're told Elon Musk is a fucking genius when I haven't seen any fucking semblance or recognition of a genius at all. And I've been watching him fucking closely for years and listening to him. No, he can be knowledgeable and educated, book read, this, that, and the other. When Elon Musk has an interview with Jordan Peterson, you can see that Jordan Peterson's the genius between the two. If there's a fucking genius amongst the pair of them, then without shadow of a doubt it's Peterson, because he can exhibit, you can see where his information's coming from. You can't see where the information that Musk is said to have, where it comes from. Why? Because it doesn't come from him. That's fucking why. That's why sometimes people, you just got to get your heads around the fucking certain reality. And if it walks like a fucking duck and quacks like a duck, it is a fucking duck. And Elon Musk ain't walking and quacking like a fucking genius, as far as I can fucking see. And many other people, might I add, because you can go onto forums and you can see many people thinking what I've done. They're just putting the pieces together. They go, he's just a fucking fool. He's a buffoon. He's a front man. He's nothing more than that, because the people are fucking idiots and they believe everything they're fucking told. Now, what am I doing here? I am trying to impart to you that you are God. How many of you want to accept that? Nobody. You want to stone me. You want to crucify me because you're idiots. And that's just it. And so what the fuck was Jesus doing? Coming to earth, telling everyone, look, you're the sons of God and you're capable of so much more, and the kingdom of heaven is within you, and this beauty of stillness, it can be yours if you only want it, and if you only seek it, and if you only work towards it, and fucking hell, if you only open your hearts and remove the scales from your eyes. Oh my goodness, didn't he labour on? Oh, it's no different to me. I am exactly a carbon copy of Jesus, by the way. Exactly a carbon copy of Jesus. Only I'm not said to have walked on water or rose the fucking dead. I've been trying to raise the dead for fucking 16 years. I've tried really fucking hard. I've tried to conjure up the attributes of what some people wrote about Jesus, having the ability to raise the fucking dead. Well, fuck me, I've not managed that one yet, so maybe I'm not the Messiah. Yeah, maybe I'm not the Messiah after all. I just think I am. Yes, people. So, why am I doing this? Not my volition. Do I want to do it? No. Is there other things I'd rather be doing? Yes. Why am I burdened with this? No fucking idea. No fucking idea. But there's something bigger, there's something more powerful, like God. God sent me to do this. That's what I can say. God, for want of a fucking a term to use, something higher that I don't comprehend, that thing is willing me to do what I'm doing, to stand in the fucking graveyard making these videos, to put up, to fall on deaf ears and fucking fools. You see, people, what joy am I getting from that? Nothing. I'm just getting a sore throat. Can you hear where I'm coming from? What would you say is going on with me? Have you got any idea? Have you got any fucking thing you'd like to say about that? I mean, do you think I've got the Messiah complex? Do you think I'm insane? Do you think I'm looking for appreciation of people to flock at my sandals? What the fuck do you think's going on? Why do you think I've just been compelled to learn about all this fucking shit, and I've been took around the world to learn all the experiences so I can speak so eloquently and so fluidly? Why do you think this is happening? Now, I'm looking over here because there are things like this. Last year, that was a great tit's nest. Some of you may remember the videos I made. And if we look here, that's another one. And then when we look at all these, squirrels doubtlessly have nests in those because they're always around here. And then like you see the holes up in that chunk there and that hole there. Squirrels, they come down here and they come into my garden, and they come back and they come bouncing from these trees. And so just a little bit of observation, just by being chilled and tranquil and having the time just to sit in a place like this for as long as I want to. I can sit in this garden from fucking dawn till dusk if I want to, and I will never ever have to go anywhere else and do anything else. Why is that? Why have I been afforded this position? And so I asked things about why me? Why have I had these spiritual experiences? Why did angels come to me? Why did the voice of God chastise me for 3.5 hours? Why did Jesus tell me if I want to know what unconditional love is, then I have to go through him? Why was I compromised by the devil, just like Jesus was? You know, for you know, very powerfully for at least a fucking month. You know, the 40 days and the 40 nights out in the desert, they're all metaphor, people. They're all when we go inside here and we close down the whole fucking world. Well, when I first went to prison, I couldn't fucking bear the environment I was in, so I just fucking closed down, and I went into my fucking 6 months of fucking 40 days and 40 nights. 6 months meditating for 5 hours every fucking day and 12 hours reading every day. That's what I was doing. To put me into a place of value. And then the first 6 months I was reading very powerful spiritual stuff, Buddhism and lots of other stuff, and then the second 6 months I concentrated mostly on Christianity. And I discovered a great deal of things, and I write about it in my book. And none of you have ever said, oh, that's interesting, oh, I'd like to speak to you about that, oh, that bit that you did here and that bit. Nothing's ever come back from any of you. Fucking bunch of muppets. What can I say? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? For fuck's sake. You know, if anybody asks me, if an author like, I don't know, Bernardo Kastrup or Donald Hoffman or fucking Tom Campbell or any of these people that wrote books, and I've read these books, and if they said to me, well, you can come and talk to me about it, me, because I'd have a million fucking questions. But you guys, nothing at all. And so I'm just trying to see what you nothing people think. I really am. I'm intrigued. What do the nothing people think? Is it just nothing? Because if it is nothing, people, then it's very disconcerting and it's very problematic, and it's very curious, because what it says that there's only a very few people here, real, true, spirited, soulful people, and the rest are literally like Westworld. They are just fucking robots. And just like in a movie, that all the extras walking in the background, walking up and down the city, driving past, and all that shit, extras. And I am the protagonist. I'm the star. I'm the star of this fucking movie. Like my girlfriend said in Africa when I was shot, you could never die. You're the star of this fucking movie. And that was very profound coming from her. So yeah, always trying to prompt you and joust you into something. You know, I personally, this human experience didn't have a vocation in mind to raise up the fucking dead. I don't believe in it. I don't believe it's possible. There is no raising the dead. There is no putting the spark of life into them. And as far as Jesus raising Lazarus, he wasn't fucking dead. Probably just in a coma, if it ever happened, indeed. There's no raising the dead, and I'm not even remotely fucking delusional enough to consider that. What I consider as a human experience is that I've come here to find the others. That's what I've done. I've come here to find the others, and I've found some interesting people in the past, and there was a few who I'm still in contact with now, and I'm satisfied with their level of intellect and their level of spirit and their level of soul, and I would class them as an equal to myself. There's lots of us, we think differently on some things, and we've had different life experiences, but the main core of who and what we are is the Christos people, and so we're all equal in the Christos. And I'm sure that there's some of you out there which for some reason the cosmos has made you mute or insecure or some fucking thing. And so what I'm saying to you now, if there's any of you that are smart and as experienced as you fucking think you are, then it's high time you just fucking put your head up above the parapet and fucking come on for a Google Meet and to convey some of what you know and tell me and the viewers why you know it and what you can make of the Messiah.